Welcome back to the Veteran and Rookie Podcast, everybody. I am your veteran, Benea.
I'm John, guys. Hi.
He's the rookie. And for the first time on the show, we got ourselves a guest, Mr. David.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Doing good. You can hold it up to your...
Hold it up here.
Yeah,
okay,
hold
sweet.
Hold it up to your mouth. Yep, there
Sweet.
you go. Yeah, we got David on, an Eagles fan,
An avid football watcher.
avid football enjoyer,
Yes, that's what I am.
An enjoyer of the arts, as it would be.
as they say.
And a very big enjoyer of the season because the Eagles are doing very good.
Yes, for sure. 10-1. We're doing very well.
After running over my Packers.
I forgot they were 10-1. That looks so much more impressive than 9-1, or 9-2 in the case of the
The Vikings.
Vikings. Sorry, I'm blanking. But
Just imagine if the Vikings showed up against the Cowboys.
yeah, that was a crazy blowout. That was 2 weeks ago, though.
Yeah.
Last week who'd they play?
Who, the Vikings?
Yeah,
I think
The
it was
Patriots
Thanksgiving.
on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the
yep.
Thanksgiving night
Patriots
game.
on Thanksgiving, and yeah, they didn't blow them out too bad.
No, it was a more entertaining game than I thought it might have been, even though I did pick it as my upset of the week with the Patriots. But apparently
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins can play if it's prime time on Thanksgiving or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that Lions-Bills game was kind of fun to watch. It was more entertaining than I thought it would be.
I imagine you were probably like sitting in your bed, sick as a dog, just sweating it out.
Yeah, that I was like, I was stressing because it was close the whole time.
Uh-huh.
And the Bills ended up, letting the Lions lose like they do. But
Well, that was an impressive drive that Josh Allen put together at the end of the game, if I'm remembering correctly. He was good there.
is that the one where he was handed it really low and it fumbled it and then he ran it in?
No, that was, you're thinking of Sam Darnold, I think. Right?
No.
No?
He
Sam Darnold had a play where he fumbled it at the goal line and like rolled it in.
what?
Yeah, against the Broncos.
That happened twice this week?
I guess. Did that happen with Josh Allen?
Yeah, handed him it really low. David, do you remember that?
I think I do. I think I recall
Like-
something like that happening. Not sure it was that final drive, but I do recall something like that happening during the game.
Okay, yeah.
The Lions, because didn't they go up? The Lions scored that touchdown. I think they tied it or something like that.
Yep.
And then the Bills made that game-winning field goal at the end. Wasn't that how the game went? Maybe I'm
Something
remembering
like
this-
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Maybe
they
I'm
tied
remembering
it.
this completely wrong. It's been a while.
Thanksgiving was a long
Yeah,
time
Thanksgiving
ago.
was many football games ago.
Many games ago.
Yeah, the Lions tied it up with 28 seconds left.
Yeah, that's right.
And then with 7 seconds left, Tyler Bass hit a 45-yard field goal.
That's right. Yeah.
I just remember that throw that Allen had over the middle to Diggs. It was just a laser.
Yeah.
Like bum shoulder and all. He still got it to him.
And then he was like, and then he did the timeout thing, and then they didn't. They tried to get some more yards, and then he got sacked, I think.
Oh, did
for a
he?
loss, or maybe it was only a couple yards. But Tyler Bass nailed it from 45 out, or something like that.
We give a lot of, when I say we, I mean kind of like the media. They give the Bills a lot of criticism for bringing the Chiefs back in the game, from that playoff loss last year. I'm telling you, don't give the Bills 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
They'll come down the field and they'll kick that game-winning field goal. Right when the Lions scored, I thought, oh, game's over. Bills are winning it.
Yeah. Same thing with I think that was maybe 2 weeks ago with the Chiefs and the Chargers where Mahomes got over the minute 30, down 4 or whatever. Oh, this game's over.
That's right.
Yeah. Mahomes and Allen are just a different breed.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think Mahomes is a lot more talented.
Yeah. Rodgers, the majority of his career in that same category. He put together a drive to get him in the field goal range against San Francisco last season with 20 seconds on the clock from his own 25.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. And now he's where he is.
Now he is where he is. I think this is going to be his last year with the Packers.
Where do you think he's going to go if he keeps playing?
Well, I think either one he retires, but if he does keep playing, it's a little bit of a sticky situation with his contract right now, just because there's so much money tied into it. But they'll probably find a way to get around it, and especially if a team has an opportunity to get Aaron Rodgers, even at age 39 or 40 or however old he's going to be.
You're going to take that opportunity.
Exactly, yeah. I think The Jets are an option there. I think it'd be funny if he went to the Jets too, especially after Brett Favre. He went to the Jets after a long time with Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did he do good there?
he was okay for one season. He got hurt halfway through, and so like their season went downhill after that.
Bummer.
But the Jets offensive coordinator, Mike LaFleur, is the Packers head coach brother, so there's that connection there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just they look like they're a team that's a quarterback away.
Yeah.
I guess depending on what Mike White does the rest of the year, but I'm not banking on him to become the franchise guy necessarily for New York.
Maybe he'll do what Brady did and then go there and then win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it, though. I don't think he has it in him. Brady had magic at his fingertips, and he still does, kind of.
Not as much this season.
What do you think of that loss, that overtime loss this
I
last
was-
Sunday?
I almost made that my lock of the week. Was Bucks Browns.
Yeah.
Like I was like, there's no way. Like the Bucks have all the momentum. They got Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
The Browns are the Browns. Like they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Maybe they'll be cute and keep it close. But
They kept it close and more.
yeah, it's just a different season for Brady, one that we're not used to. I saw it was like the first time in Brady's career where he was up by 7 with under 2 minutes to go in a game and then ended up losing.
The first time
Something like that, yeah.
in 22 years, 21 years.
Yep.
Jeez, man. He really is the GOAT. He's like really –
He
like
just didn't play like it on Sunday.
except for on Sunday. Yeah. He played kind of like – it's like Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes does what he's doing for the next 20 years, it's like – and then loses to the Browns in 20 years. That's kind of what he's doing.
Because the Browns will still be bad.
The Browns will
20
still
years.
be bad in 20 years. Nick Chubb will be retired by then probably.
No, he'll still be running people over.
I imagine.
One thing that I do find interesting about that Buccaneers team is Tom Brady's still balling. They're still a top 5 passing offense in the NFL.
Yeah, it
Oh,
just
yeah.
doesn't feel like it, though.
Well, in terms of their running offense, they rank dead last.
Mm-hmm.
They're 32nd
It's non-existent.
in the league. It's not there. They're averaging the stats that I have right here. They're averaging 73 yards a game.
Ooh, as
on
a
the
team.
ground, as a team.
That sucks.
That's 8 yards less than the next closest person, the next closest team, which is the Rams,
Oh.
on that. So they're not just bad at rushing the ball. They're really bad
the
historically.
worst.
They're
Yeah.
by far. They're historically bad. How do you think that impacts Tom Brady? That's not gonna help. That's not gonna do him any favors. That's not gonna help him at all. So I just think that it's interesting. Of once the Buccaneers, if the Buccaneers, I should say, figure out that running attack, I bet you Tom Brady looks a lot different, and in a good way different.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you they start winning some games, and you see a little bit more of that Brady magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because they're gonna make the playoffs almost for sure. Even though they have like the same record as the Falcons, like I don't know, maybe it's just the Brady effect, but they're gonna get 9 or 10 wins. They're gonna sneak into the playoffs. They're gonna host the Seahawks or the Giants or someone like that, and they're gonna beat them, and they're gonna make it interesting.
And they're 5-6.
Mm-hmm. You know what I would love to see? I guess because I love chaos. I want to see Sam Darnold's Panthers make the playoffs. I want to see them win that division.
What's their record? What
4-6.
They're a game behind first place,
They're 4-6.
and they already beat the Bucks. So if they can beat them again,
Well,
Okay.
their schedule is not my.
That's right. They upset the Broncos this week.
let's see.
Well, the Broncos have really. They're
They're the Broncos.
I don't know.
They were still expected to win, though.
I think the Panthers have a bye week this week.
Yep.
And then they're playing the Seahawks.
Yep.
And then they're playing the Steelers, and then the Lions, and then the Bucks again,
And then the Saints.
then the Saints. And
Nothing too extraordinarily hard
if
on
they
that.
beat the Bucks again, I
They
don't
got
know.
a good chance.
Listen, if you have a 4-8 record, you're not going to be favored in many games
Mm-mm.
for the rest of your schedule. But yeah, they could do it.
But I mean,
You're
3
right.
of those games are against teams with 4 or 5 wins: the Steelers, the Lions, and the Saints.
Yeah.
It's those Buccaneers and Saints. If they can beat those, because you're not just going up one in the win column.
Mhm.
You're pushing the people that you're against.
Yep.
The Buccaneers and the Saints in your own division. You're attacking them with a loss in their column. So those are big games.
And the Saints are 4-8,
I think.
4-8, yeah.
They're not good.
So they're below the Panthers right now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's possible. That's
I could see it. Let's see it. I want to see
Let's go Sam Darnold.
push Brady out of the playoffs.
By Sam Darnold.
Sam
I'd
Darnold's
love that.
hand.
Wow.
Yeah. Any other games stick out to you guys this week?
Let's see.
I liked none of them.
Oh, the Bengals Titans game. Did you catch the ending of that one?
I did.
That one ended really whack.
I didn't.
Wasn't there like a missed field goal or they
No,
called something
there
different?
was.
What was that?
There was Cincinnati came out to attempt a field goal to make it a 7-point game with like a just under 2 minutes left. They come out, they kick the field goal, but Tennessee gets a penalty because they hit the long snapper before his head was up.
Oh, I
And so-
remember. Yeah.
Mhm,
Is it like
defenseless player.
jumping over him and he
Uh-huh.
touched him or something like that. Yeah, okay.
So it was an automatic first down, and then Cincinnati could just kneel the clock out. And so what felt like it was going to be some big ending, it was like super anticlimactic.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Well, if the season ended today, funny part is if the season ended today, they'd be playing each other in the playoffs.
Oh, would
in that
they?
wild card round. So yeah, you never know. We might see that. We might see that matchup again.
Mm-hmm. Part 3, Bengals Titans.
The Titans are actually not terrible.
No, they're pretty good. They got off to that slow start, and I was like, let's see. But I mean, they're a really good team. They're like maybe like a tier 2 type of team, but like if they get hot in January, because they're going to win that division.
Yeah.
'Cause they don't have really any real competition there.
They're getting tested. I will say that. They played the Chiefs recently. They just
Yep.
played the Bengals. Next week they got the Eagles.
Ooh.
That's
And
gonna
then
be
they
tough.
play the Cowboys in like 3 weeks.
Yep.
So they do have some tough opponents coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think Derrick Henry can carry all of that.
He does have a game against Houston coming up, though, so it's going to be another 200-yard day for him.
Hey, yeah. Oh, man, I'm so upset that I didn't trade for him earlier in the season. David
You
had
should've.
him,
That was my team.
and I almost traded Kyle Pitts for him because Kyle Pitts was supposed to be good, and he wasn't.
And then he had his one good game, and you were like, should I trade him or should I keep him? And then you kept him, and he hasn't had a good game
I
since.
tried trading him. No one wanted him. Oh, I mean, I guess it's fair, though. I don't want Kyle Pitts either. I dropped him. He should have been good. I'm upset.
You should have just let me drafted him when I wanted him.
I know. I didn't know you wanted him. Should have told me.
There's one other game that I do want to touch on, and it's a game that might shock you guys. How about the Commanders
Yeah.
over the Falcons? The Commanders right now are 7-5 with Taylor Heineke.
1-6 of the last 7.
What?
That's what I'm thinking is like they look good.
Mm-hmm.
They look a little too good. I don't like that. Did you guys see the unveiling of the statue?
Oh, the Sean Taylor. Oh, that was bad.
Did you not? See?
I don't think I saw that.
So they did a thing to. They said they were having like a little shrine for Sean Taylor or whatever, and so people they're expecting like a statue or something, and it's just a wire mannequin with a Sean Taylor jersey, and then like pants that were like that didn't match.
Yeah, they were the
And-
wrong pants, and they had it was like one of the socks was off too.
Yeah, it was.
It was just bad.
It was classic Washington moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're doing good though.
Mhm.
They beat Kyle Pitts,
The great Kyle Pitts.
the great Kyle
Who do
Pitts.
they got coming up? They have the Giants.
They do have the Giants.
That's
next.
a coin flip. I feel
That's
like
I mean they could
they got the
they
Giants
contest
twice coming
that,
up.
and then they have their bye week,
and then the Giants again.
and then the Giants again. What a weird schedule they were given there. But if they can beat the Giants, I would say even one of those games, they
Mhm.
have they can make the playoffs.
Mhm. Well, they're hot right
Yeah.
now, and the Giants they've lost their last 2,
Mhm.
so I could see that happening.
After that, they have the Niners and the Cowboys too,
Mm-hmm.
and well, also the Browns. But
The Browns, who who knows?
who apparently are better than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So,
Who's their quarterback? Jacoby Brissett?
Jacoby Brissett.
Wow.
Brisket,
He got his
dude.
last start.
Jacoby
Yeah, with
Brisket.
Watson coming back now this week, I'm interested to see how that goes for them.
I'm also very intrigued on how that's going to go because I don't know if it's going to be a very good change or like he's going to be awful.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's bad, just because
I wouldn't either.
we haven't seen him. His last game was early, like the first Sunday of January 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So he hasn't played football in almost 2 years.
Has he not been doing anything
On a
when
new
he's
team.
like practice or anything? Are you
He
allowed
got
to?
reinstated in practice like a month ago or something.
Okay.
So he's been like around the team and whatnot, but I don't know. Like I don't like putting stuff in the preseason, but he did play in the preseason a little bit, and he looked really bad there.
Oh, that's good.
So
It sounds a very Browns thing.
Yeah, and they have a 4-7 record. They're not in a competitive AFC.
yeah,
It's not
no,
like they have
they're
anything
not
to
going to
play
do
for
anything.
at this point.
It's just if they're going to be some kind of playing spoiler or something like
Sure.
that for some of these teams.
Mm-hmm. How long or why was DeAndre Hopkins suspended? I don't remember.
I think it was performance enhancing drugs.
Ooh,
Yeah, they got him.
not good. He's really the only thing on that Cardinals offense that's doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Cardinals team is hard to watch.
Because as soon as the new Call of Duty came out, he hasn't won a game. It's because he didn't play for 2 games because he was injured.
Yep.
Injured, and then the backup was not. Who was their backup?
Colt McCoy, he's a solid backup.
He wasn't doing the most though. He lost to the Niners, which the Niners are a good team, but it was 10-38.
Mhm.
So, wasn't the best. But at least it was close this game though. It was by 1 point.
Yeah, that was fun. I saw it was the first time that 2 teams in the same week had won by going for 2 at the end of the game, because the Jags did it against the Ravens.
The Jags game, yeah.
Mhm. The Ravens, who all 4 of their losses have come after being up by 2 scores or more in the fourth quarter.
Insane. That's crazy.
They could easily be 11-0, and then the Chargers beat the Cardinals at the last second there to stay relevant.
Yeah. That Dolphins game was kind of reminded me of that too, because they were up 30-0, and then
Yeah.
15 points against them.
I think
But it
Tua
kinda
got
stopped.
taken out early in the third, though.
Was that all in the third or the third and the fourth that those?
Yeah, because it was
scored?
30-0 at halftime.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, that makes more sense. I didn't see the whole game. I just saw the beginning and the score.
Yeah, I think there might have been like a small injury scare with Tua, but I think he's fine.
Oh, yeah.
He's balling.
He was fine last
Oh
time.
yeah. Did you see the thing where like he Tua was talking about like last season? A lot of the times he'd be looking in the mirror and be like, "Do I belong in the NFL?" And then Mike McDaniel gets hired, and he puts together a 700 play highlight reel of Tua
Yeah, I
to show him that he's good. And it's like, how can you not love that?
We almost forget they fired their head coach last year,
Mm-hmm.
and there was kind of like a scandal, and there was a lawsuit going on. It was
Yep.
kind of a nasty situation, but the Dolphins, and specifically Tua, they've risen and
Oh yeah.
above the ashes and well beyond the ashes with Tyreek Hill. They're electrifying. I mean, that they could definitely. I could see them making possibly a playoff run.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised
I
if
think
they
they're
get hot
gonna-
in January.
I think they're gonna win their division, which is
You think they're going to be out the Bills?
It makes me sad, but I think they will because there's just more weapons on the Dolphins for, I think, offensively. They have 3 of the fastest people in the NFL in Jalen Waddle, Hill, and
Mostert.
Mostert. Mostert's one of the fastest running backs. And it's just a bunch of speedsters, and they kind of just walk all over everyone's defense.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bills have a great defense, and their offense is not like it's a good offense, but they have limited options because Davis is he's so back and forth between being good and bad.
Oh, Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis,
Yeah.
yeah. And their running backs are just not good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically just Josh Allen and Diggs most of the time.
Hmm.
And which is really good a lot of the time, but when it's not,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have many other options.
Because, I mean, Allen is kind of quietly leading the league in turnovers right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got the flashy plays, but they haven't all, not all of his plays have worked out for him.
Yeah. The flash is there, but sometimes it flashes right into the opponent's hands, and then it's a pick. It's not my favorite thing. He has like 12 picks or something right now.
I think so, yeah.
So,
I think
That's
him
not
and Matt
great.
Ryan are tied for the most turnovers.
hey, look, we're tied with Matt Ryan. That's,
Tied with the former MVP. Look at you.
yeah, look at us. Yeah, Ravens game was pretty funny. Why did the Jags mascot start looking like that now? what happened?
Yeah, that kind of just came out of nowhere.
He was just like standing there, and it's wait, whoa, hold on, what?
What happened?
Ever since the mascot changed, they have not lost a game.
1-0.
And they're playing the Lions this week.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they can go undefeated to the Super Bowl.
Here they go.
Lions and Titans and then Cowboys and some other folks too. So the Texans. I mean, it could happen.
Maybe.
Let's see it happen because of their new mascot.
Mm-hmm. I think next year might be the Jags' year if Trevor Lawrence actually starts to look like we all thought he was going to be, because that's how he looked against Baltimore.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He was kind of crippled last year from his coach.
Yeah, like this.
Urban Meyer was
Not good.
It's
not
almost
good.
like this is his rookie season.
And that's exactly right. And Doug Peterson, I can't think of a better coach
Mm-hmm.
to be under as a young quarterback. Doug
Yeah.
Peterson did it for all those years in Kansas City, goes to Philly,
Mm-hmm.
makes their quarterbacks great. I think he's going to do the same with Trevor Lawrence, but I would agree. Give it a year.
Yep. And then with like next year, they're gonna have Calvin Ridley coming back because they traded for him, so
Yeah, that's right.
he's coming back from suspension.
Good
So-
stuff. Yeah, so maybe they could be a good team next year.
Mm-hmm. All right. Does that take us to next week for our draft?
Oh, how did our draft?
Oh, we should
from last week?
we should look at how we did last week.
Because I am behind you. In our
And
draft.
I'll just tell you that it stayed that way
Gosh,
for
dang.
our draft. If it will load.
So, David, if you don't know, we draft each. We pick each game. We do pick'ems, and then which one we're gonna win or lose or whatever, and then we do a draft. So we'll have like a best player that we do, and
Fantasy player.
fantasy player.
Yeah.
We have whoever biggest blowout,
Game of the week.
game of the week, and
Upset of the week and lowest scoring game. And so then we draft each game as if it's like a player filling a position.
Oh, sweet.
And then like once that game is taken, no one else can draft it in any of the other categories.
Okay.
So last week, game of the week, you took Cowboys Giants. I took Bengals Titans.
yeah,
So I think the Bengals Titans was a little bit of a better game there.
I'd say so.
Even though Giants Cowboys is now that became the most watched regular season game ever.
Wow.
Dang,
Kind of a bummer game for that, but I mean,
what? Why did it get watched so much?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like it's that like the afternoon Thanksgiving game. It's on every house in America as people are eating up turkey and stuff.
why this
You
year?
have the
though?
Cowboys playing in the background.
Why was that's so weird to me?
I don't know. More people keep.
It would
being
make
born.
sense to me that it would be like last year or the year before because of COVID. But
Maybe, yeah.
because everyone be inside.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but so
Cool.
I got the
guess.
point there. Blowout of the week. You had Bills over Lions, which was not a
3
blowout.
points. Yay.
I had Dolphins Texans. They won by 15, so that's another one in the win column for me. Upset of the week, we took double L's here. I had Patriots over Vikings. You had Packers over Eagles. Fantasy player of the week, you had Patrick Mahomes. In our league, he put up 21 points. I had Geno Smith, even though it wasn't a great game for Seattle. He still put up 24. So I get that
Man.
point there. Lowest scoring game, Colts Steelers finished 24-17. That was your pick.
Yes, it was.
And then I just kept with my strategy I always do for this category and picked the Broncos. And they followed through. 20, I think it was 23-10.
It was 23-10.
So that adds 4 more points onto me. So as of now, I have 25 and you have 15.
Dang, I am not feeling the heat right now.
Yeah, but you might be feeling this because the Pick'em records, I'm 88, 91, and 1, still below 500. And you gained more ground on me. You're 101, 78, and 1.
Hey, let's
There
go.
you go.
So,
That's what matters right there.
You're killing that one right now.
I'm happy about it.
Because let's see, I went 8-8 this past week. You went 11-5. I was reviewing last week's episode, as I was tallying this stuff up.
Yeah.
And I talked you off of the Broncos to the Panthers for your pick.
Yay.
Because I was like, oh yeah, let's make this different, and hopefully I can gain some ground. And I'm just screwing myself over.
Thank you, though.
We had 1 week where we did a pick'ems, and every week or every game that we disagreed on, I lost.
Oh.
I feel bad for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's how week 12 went. So, you're winning in that category, but I mean, I think we all know it's the draft that really matters.
No, it isn't. All right, so are we gonna do the draft now?
Yep. So your categories are game of the week, biggest blowout, upset of the week, fantasy player of the week, lowest scoring game. David, do you want to pick first? And you can pick whichever category you want to choose.
Sure.
Just let me know if you.
We'll do game of the week,
Game of the week.
and I do think it will be Eagles Titans.
Yep, that's a good game.
I do think it is. It's an AJ Brown
Revenge game.
The Titans are coming. They are coming off of a loss, but I think they're going to put up a really good fight.
Yeah.
I think their running attack will expose the Eagles' run defense quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that Packers-Eagles game, A.J. Dillon was tearing the Eagles' run defense apart.
Getting it done.
Yeah, he really was.
Well, both their running backs were. They both
Yeah,
were
it was
getting
Aaron Jones.
Jones was
too.
doing good, but
Yeah.
it was Dillon who was ripping off 8 yards a carry.
Honestly, the Eagles didn't really have an answer for it, except for the fact that they would, right when they got the ball back, they drive down the field and score right.
Their answer was get more points.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. I don't think you can do that though against the Titans defense. The
Probably
Titans will
not.
make this a lower scoring game, but I think it will be a little bit of a dogfight, and I think it's going to come down to the wire.
That's how the Titans like it. They like it messy and they like it low.
That's right.
Yep.
And they like Derrick Henry tearing it apart.
Yeah, because if the Titans, they're down by, if they get down by a lot, especially in the fourth, they're not a team that's built to come back really.
No, yeah,
especially
exactly.
since they traded away A.J. Brown to the Eagles.
They're a big, heavy, muddy team, and they get down there and they do their business.
They want to run you over with the king.
Yeah. All right, so Benet, do you want to go me or you first?
We can go me and then you. And then
we can go
snake
me.
it back.
Okay, sure.
Let's see. So, game of the week. So, once
Browns,
a category is picked,
Texans.
you got to stick with that pick. I'm going to go 49ers Dolphins.
Oh, okay.
I think this will be a good game. Mike McDaniel facing, his old team. He was their offensive coordinator before.
Another revenge game.
A lot of players on the Dolphins are former 49ers because of that too.
Mhm.
So I think they got a couple of their running backs there, Mostert, and then whoever they just traded for. Maybe it was Jeff Wilson. I think they traded for Jeff Wilson, who he's in Miami now. I think this is going to be a good game. In games where Tua doesn't die at halftime, he's undefeated.
Yeah.
7-0. So, I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah.
When Tua's plays, they win.
Yeah.
Until this game.
Also, though, the 49ers defense hasn't allowed any points in the second half for the last month, which is insane.
That is crazy.
So I guess which one's gonna win out?
And the Niners have a lot of weapons too.
Mm-hmm.
Lots
Although
of weapons, but
Elijah Mitchell just got hurt again.
yeah.
I think McCaffrey's a little bit banged up.
Yeah, he did not do too great last week.
Mm-hmm.
Neither did Samuels.
Yeah.
I'm it's interesting. I'm going to be very, very keen on watching Tua handle the pass rush from the 49ers.
Mhm.
I don't think he's really encountered a pass rush quite like this one.
Yeah.
And is he going to be able to do it on the road in San Francisco, right?
Mhm.
Like this will be a big challenge for that Dolphins team.
Yep.
I think Nick Bosa is going to be up on him.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And Tua's been getting rid of the ball faster because he doesn't want to get, the
Wrecked.
gang signs again. So, I mean, he's been doing a good job of that. But when he doesn't, when he scrambles, he's been getting hit. And sometimes, like that first game back, he got out of the pocket and started running
Against
For
the
like
Steelers.
for like a 3-yard
He's
gain.
like trying to rock.
Right.
He's trying to truck a linebackers and stuff. Like, Tua, I want you to keep playing football.
Please
Stop.
please. You're gonna die. Yeah, I think that's a good choice. I'm gonna go with Dolphins.
I picked that
Sorry,
game. You
excuse
can't
me.
do that.
I'm gonna go with Chiefs Bengals for the game of the week. I think these
That's
three
good.
games are probably gonna be the top games of the
Good
week.
choice.
I think
There
they're
were a
all-
lot of good options for game of the week.
Yeah, I think these all are gonna be good. I think Patriots Bills is gonna be good too.
Mm-hmm.
Lions Jags might be good as well.
That'll be a fun one for sure.
It's gonna be fun, but I feel like it's gonna be a lot of mistakes on defense.
Jets Vikings is out there too.
Yeah, the Jets are 7-4.
Like it.
Or se-
You know, let's see if Mike White can keep it up.
We'll see.
Giants, Commanders do play as well in
Mhm.
divisional games.
A lot
Giants,
of
Commanders.
teams with winning records, and then you got the Deshaun Watson revenge game
Yeah.
against
You have the
Houston.
Saints playing Tom Brady
Mhm.
on Monday Night Football.
Chargers
So-
Raiders always seems to come down to the wire.
Yep.
Like this could be a really good week.
Yeah, and it is my turn to pick another game.
Yep, snake it back around.
I'm gonna go with lowest scoring. I'm gonna take your strategy. I'm
No.
gonna take the Broncos Ravens game because all these games kind of look like they're gonna score points. Even the Eagles game, even if it's gonna be like muddy and low, I think it's still gonna be somewhere
Like
in the 20s,
a 21-17
something like
kind of
that.
deal, yeah.
But for whatever reason,
The Broncos are built for this category.
the Broncos are built for this category. Have you seen the guy with he's counting the
Oh yeah, the
bathrooms.
number of bathrooms versus Russell Wilson touchdown passes.
he has 9 touchdown passes or something not
I
very
think he has
great.
like 8 or 9. Yeah,
8 or 9.
The number of bathrooms remains steady at 12.
Yeah, so he might reach that by the end of the season. So that's my pick for lowest scoring. What do you think?
I think that was a good pick.
I also think it was a good pick. That's
That's
why
a
I
good
chose
one.
it.
I'm gonna go with. Let's go Steelers Falcons.
Yeah, I figured you'd go there.
This is probably the maybe the least exciting game. It's one of the few games that's between two teams with losing records.
Two pretty bad offenses.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see if it doesn't counter out itself by a bad team going against a bad team though.
Yeah,
And then we get like a 35-30 game.
yeah, it's the best game of the week, and it blows up.
Picked it for the wrong category.
Yeah.
The Falcons probably should have beat Washington until they didn't.
Yeah.
They had the interception right at the end of the game there. And I keep hearing like every week more and more people are like, okay, let's see Desmond Ridder. Like Mariota, like he was, fun when you were good, but
Not good anymore.
we know who you are. Like Mariota is a low end starter, higher end backup.
Yeah, sit on the bench. He'll be good at it.
Mm-hmm. And so, let's see what Desmond Ritter's got. And so, will we see that in this game? I don't know. But,
Or you can throw to Kyle Pitts more. Your 6'6"
Yeah.
tight end.
I think that's the main reason Pitts hasn't been having a great season, though, is because Mariota hasn't been hitting him.
Yeah, he hasn't been getting thrown to. Maybe he
Uh-huh.
will if they switch him out and put him on
They
the
throw in
bench.
Desmond Ridder. Yeah.
Desmond comes in, hits him, diamond him up after I dropped him in fantasy.
and then the Steelers, they're
Yeah.
Steelers.
There was that one nice catch by Pickens.
Pickett had that.
Or Pickett,
Or
excuse me.
Pickens.
So one of them.
One of the picks.
One of the picks threw the other pick.
That's nice for them.
That's it.
I don't really care to talk about the Steelers very much, so they're kind of just
Yeah,
bleh.
that's no more talk. Never
I guess
again.
Pickett's more fun to talk about than Mitch Trubisky, but other than that, like,
The MVP,
mm-hmm.
Nickelodeon Player of the Year or something.
Player of the game, something, yeah.
Yeah, Nickelodeon. What do you think, David?
Lowest scoring game.
Yeah, I'm looking at this right now. I'm gonna go Commanders Giants
Yeah.
for lowest scoring game. I just don't think their offenses, specifically their quarterbacks, are built to really compete in like high, closely contested games.
Yep.
They're just you're not going to bet on Heineke for that, and you're certainly not going to bet on Daniel Jones for that. I just don't think that they're good enough offenses, but I think they have decent enough defenses to where I think it's going to be a bloodbath, especially on those defensive line. The defensive lines are going to have fun. I think they're going to have a lot of fun this Sunday.
Yeah.
I could see this being like a 17-10 type game, 17-13, something like that. I could be dead wrong. There was one other game that I was looking on here. However, I might save it for a different category.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll give the Commanders and Giants as the lowest scoring game this week.
Yeah,
That's
that's
fair.
a sneaky good pick, actually.
I was looking all over the board, and I was like, I'm just going to take Benea's strategy, but I didn't even see that one.
You didn't even look across the board.
Oh, no, I looked across the
You
board,
just saw the Broncos and
and
said, I'm taking that.
I found the Broncos.
I still would have. I would have taken probably the Broncos.
Yeah.
Ravens game too. Like I still think that's the best pick. But
Especially because the Ravens' offense is so hot and cold.
Yeah, I hope they're cold this game, and it's like a 7-0 game.
7-0.
That's what I want to see.
I hope it's not, because that's probably the game we're going to be getting on TV.
Oh, good.
Although I normally just turn it to whatever the other game is if the Broncos are on.
yeah.
Yeah. It is your turn again, and you get to choose one of the other three categories, which
Yep.
are
Biggest
fantasy
blowout,
player.
upset of the week, fantasy player.
Yeah, biggest blowout, fantasy player, and upset of the week.
I think I'm gonna go with upset of the week,
All right.
and I'm going to choose the Raiders
Ooh.
Okay.
to not just beat the Chargers, but to run all over them. I think Josh
Oh.
Jacobs is going to have a heyday.
Another
Okay.
one, yeah.
And I think the Raiders beat the Chargers by 10 plus points.
Mhm.
Dang. Wow. Okay.
That's kind of I kind of threw on like a on top of that cherry on the top prediction on
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I think the Raiders are gonna steamroll the Chargers.
Like a 42-17 kind
maybe
of game.
maybe not that much, but yeah,
Wow.
I could see a 30-20.
Yeah, the Raiders
Okay.
are better than their record.
They scored. I mean, they dropped. What was it? 40 points on the Seahawks. Like what did they do this week?
Yeah,
Was it
40
40
to 34, I think.
And I know it went into overtime, but I think the Raiders are starting to maybe find their mojo. Obviously, it's too late for them
Yeah.
to really compete, but I think you're also seeing the Chargers on the other side struggle against the Cardinals. Like you're seeing them starting to struggle. Right now, the Chargers are favored to win this game by quite a bit. I think I don't know what Vegas has them at for odds.
They're only giving them 1.5, but the game is in Vegas. So
Right. Oh, sure.
they're giving the Raiders that little bit of
We'll say
home
Vegas
field.
wins. Either way, right? Vegas
Exactly,
is gonna
yeah.
win. Both Vegases are going to win. The casinos are going to win there.
House always wins.
Yet the house will win.
Unless
and
you're the
then,
Raiders.
Of course, the Raiders
But
will.
I guess in
think
this
the
game
Raiders
they
will win
will.
that game. That's my upset of the week.
That's
Well,
a good
good
pick.
pick, I think, the way you explained it. I wouldn't have picked it because I don't think about it that much, but but I think that's a good pick, yeah. It's your turn.
It
Vinay.
is my turn. And I'm going to go, this is, on paper, I mean, there's a reason it's an upset. On
Yeah.
paper, it really doesn't look like this is going to happen, but I think it'd be a lot of fun if the Texans beat the Browns.
I think it'd be fun, too.
First game back.
Honestly, why not?
I could see that happening, especially if Deshaun Watson comes out cold. And I feel like maybe the Texans, they might want to kind of show it to him. Like this is their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, and the Browns defense has been a mess. So maybe, if Brandon Cooks is playing, I don't know if he played this past week or not. But if he is, maybe get a couple big plays from him and whoever's quarterbacking them, Mills or Allen, I think it is. Kyle Allen. Doesn't really matter to me, but let's see the Texans get that upset.
No.
they only have one win.
Mm-hmm.
That truly would be an upset.
It
That's
would,
like
yeah.
a big boy upset.
That's a good pick.
very upset. That
Yeah,
is-
that the Browns would be pretty upset.
yes. I'm gonna go Bears over Packers.
Oh, why you do this to me?
Ooh.
Because the Packers have been bad. I think that Aaron Rodgers could play this game.
He said he's going to.
Okay. I think
He's been
I'm
cleared.
looking up the last time Aaron Rodgers lost to the Bears. I don't.
I'm
think
pretty
it
sure it
was
was
2016.
2018. It was like week 13 or something. It was the year that the Bears were really good and then double doinked against the Eagles. I remember because
Yeah.
it was in Chicago. I remember that game. That was the game or the year that they almost lost to the Bears twice, and they came back on Sunday Night Football from being down 17.
Yeah, I think that Fields is doing a great job of.
I don't think Fields is playing.
Is he not?
I don't think so.
Oh, he's out. Oh my goodness. Oh, maybe this
That's
should.
why I thought this was a curious pick by you.
Oh,
Well, who are they starting then?
I don't
It'll
know.
either be Trevor Siemian or Nathan Peterman.
Oh boy.
You
can
want
I-
to walk your pick
And
back?
Aaron Rodgers is 21-5 in his career against the Bears.
Mhm.
He's owned them. He owns
He
that
does own the Bears,
organization.
yeah.
He
Yes.
probably saw what Mike White did to the Bears last week and said, "This would be a good game, pat my stats a little bit, maybe throw 4 touchdowns, get
I-
another 3 for Christian Watson."
I forgot that Justin Fields was out. I do want to.
You want to walk that pick
I will
back?
resend my pick.
I will allow it.
Who is favored in the Rams Seahawks game?
Seahawks are 7.5 point
See-
favorites.
Oh my goodness. I will take it though.
You're
I'll
gonna
take
have the Rams?
I'll take Rams over Seahawks.
Undrafted rookie Bryce Perkins.
Let's
Maybe
go.
Lance McCutcheon will get a touchdown.
Seahawks are they're kind of faltering as of lately. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think it's my favorite pick that I've picked, but it is one of my.
See if
picks.
Aaron Donald plays. There's talks of him joining Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp on the sideline for the rest of the year.
Oh,
I'm not a betting man, but I would take that 7.5. If they're 7.5
Take that
point
spread?
favorites, I would definitely
Yeah.
take the spread there.
eh.
I would.
Well, I choose the Rams for that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's a divisional game. You never know what's going to happen, especially inside of the division. There's been crazier upsets than that.
The Rams are 3-8. Wow. Might have the mighty have fallen.
Oh, yeah.
very far.
Yeah.
Thing
That
is, it
sucks.
paid off though because
They got
Super
their
Bowl.
Su- yeah, sure, they got their Super
That's
Bowl.
all you need.
They're gonna be bad for years to come though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and with the talks, especially last year in the offseason of Aaron Donald and Kyle Shanahan possibly retiring, like I feel like at least for Shanahan though, he doesn't want to go out on this note as a coach. Like ideally you'd want another Super Bowl, but at least get a couple more playoff appearances and a couple more playoff wins before you hang him up.
For sure.
Yeah, it is now my turn for biggest blowout.
You're gonna take biggest blowout, okay?
Biggest blowout. Okay, I walked back my pick for upset, and now that I know that Justin Fields is gone,
Oh, you're gonna pick that game, but the other way.
I'm gonna do it the
Oh,
other way. I'm
wow.
gonna
I
go.
got you all hyped up on the Packers.
Let's go Pack. I'm gonna go Packers over Bears because Justin Fields isn't there to run 170 yards,
Uh-huh. Oh, and he would too.
and he
Like,
definitely would.
If he
Yeah,
was
you
playing,
would.
I would not be surprised if that was an upset.
That's why I was gonna pick it, but then I remembered by you guys telling me
Yeah,
that it was
because they just have to watch what the Eagles did and said, "Oh, let's try that with our even more mobile quarterback."
But you can't 'cause
they
he's
got good
injured.
running backs and whatnot, and Joe Barry is not a good defensive coach.
And now after you're sad because the Packers are bad, can you pick your turn?
pick
now?
my game
Yes, sir.
for
you can do that.
biggest blowout. I'm gonna go Cowboys over Colts.
Good
That's a
pick.
good one. I
Great
was looking
pick.
at that one too,
Great
and
pick.
I like the Packers one more. I think.
I would have taken that, but you took it from me. Yeah, the Colts, they melted on Monday Night Football against the Steelers at the end a little bit there. And then just, it's they're a mess. They were a bad roster to begin with. They got an inexperienced coach in there as well with just a messy roster, and they're going against one of the most, complete teams, at least on paper, in the Cowboys. They got
Paper Super Bowl champions.
paper Super Bowl champions. They got a great offense, they got a great defense, they got a great special teams. They got it all. So I think the Cowboys have a big game on Sunday night.
Yeah. But who knows? JT might start playing this latter half of the year again.
Mm-hmm. Jeff Saturday for Coach of the Year, and then.
Yeah, buddy. All right, what are you thinking, David?
Yeah, there's only 4 games left to choose from here.
There are 4 games left to choose
And we
from.
have four draft spots left.
That's right. I think I'm gonna choose that Bills Patriots game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the Bills have owned the Patriots for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
They've owned them. I could definitely see a blowout going in the Bills' favor here.
100%.
Patriots defense is very good.
Yep.
So it's not my first choice for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But if any team can steamroll the Patriots and just completely shatter them and blow them out, it's the Buffalo Bills.
Like they did in the playoffs.
That's exactly right. And honestly, if Josh Allen wants to kind of get back to that MVP form that he had at the beginning of this season, this is the game to do that, right?
For sure.
I've looked at the Bills' schedule. They're playing the Patriots this week. They're playing the Jets the next week, and then they play the Dolphins. So they have 3 straight divisional games.
Those are big games.
I think he's going to take them one at a time, and honestly, the team in the division that he's owned the most is the New England Patriots, and I don't think that stops this week. I'm gonna take Bills by a lot in that game too.
Love to see it.
Ooh, and they have a bunch of hard games too, so these matter even more.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah,
They play
those
the
next
Bengals.
3 in the division.
And then they're
Yeah, they
playing
got
the
the
Bengals and the who else is on here?
They play the Bears
And the
week
Bears.
16.
So not the hardest game, but if Justin Fields is back,
Mm-hmm.
it's not my favorite schedule for that.
That's why you think that they'll only get a wild card spot. They won't take the division.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do good in the playoffs though until they start playing
Until they play the Chiefs.
the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs are gonna beat them like they always do.
Beat them again.
But that's how it is. That's the curse. It's just like how Green Bay's curse is to get to the playoffs and then not the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So what's this fantasy game? Explain
Fantasy
that
player of the
category.
week.
Explain that category to
Just
me again.
whichever player that puts up the most fantasy points.
Who you think is going to get the most fantasy points on either team?
On both
Yeah, so like
teams.
if you pick someone from, you can't do like the 49ers, Dolphins, but if you could, if you picked Tyreek Hill, it's you're taking that game off the table.
Would you have to pick someone on the Niners
No,
roster
just
too?
one. But if
Nope,
you
you
did
just pick
pick
one.
somebody on the Niners, the game would still be off the table.
Okay. Then we're gonna do Justin Jefferson. We're
Yeah,
gonna do the
that's a
Vikings-
good
That
pick.
Vikings Jets game.
That's
We're
a
doing
good
Justin
That is
pick.
the best pick on the table.
I think it's gonna be a fun matchup because he's playing against Sauce Gardner.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah,
gonna be a really fun matchup to watch. But I think
Ooh, he might crumble because he's had a couple games where he's had less than 5 points. He's had 3 or 4 games this season
Mm-hmm.
where he just crumbles. He's terrible.
Yeah, we talked about that last episode. Justin Jefferson, 90% of the time, he's one of the best receivers in the
Top
NFL.
5 receiver right now.
And he still is in those games, but like either he's not getting open or Kirk Cousins isn't hitting him, and
Yeah.
I honestly, if we started off with this category, I still might take Justin Jefferson with the Vikings in this game, and considering that the other 2 games on this list, it's the Bucs Saints, which I don't trust either team right now,
Yeah.
and then it's the Lions Jaguars, and that I guarantee someone in that game is going to be scoring a lot of fantasy points.
you just gotta find the right one.
Exactly, I have no idea who it's going to be. It could be Zay Jones
Mhm.
on the
Yeah.
Jaguars. It could be Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Maybe
On the
they
Lions,
both
it could be Jamal Williams on the Lions, who's leading the league right now in rushing touchdowns.
mm-hmm.
So
one
it
of the
could be-
highest scorers in the league.
That's right. It could be one of them. So, but I don't know which one. So I'm just gonna go with the safe pick. We're gonna go with Justin Jefferson in that.
And
Jets
I
game.
think even whoever goes off, if JJ plays well, he's still going to do better than whoever goes off in that category.
Yeah, that's a really good pick.
Sure. In a bad game, he has 100 yards receiving and a touchdown.
Yeah.
And they probably lost, right? In that scenario. So.
Yeah. In a really bad game, he has like 2 catches though. So last week,
He's had like 2 of those this year. Yeah.
Yeah, he had. I know against the because I'm an Eagles fan. I know that Eagles game,
Mm-hmm.
Darius Slay shut
Slay
him
was
down.
all over him.
Yeah.
And then he had one other game like that for sure. But
I think he's had 2 this year, and one of them was against the Cowboys.
That's
He has
right.
It was. Yep.
That's
he has
right, it
like
was the
2
Cowboys game.
catches and 30 yards against.
Yeah. Trevon Diggs was
Trevon
all over
Diggs.
him.
What did he do? Because the Patriots have a great defense. I'm looking at it. I'm going to look at his stats right
Oh,
now.
I think he's
Against
played
New England.
Diggs.
He had
2
139 yards receiving and a touchdown.
Yeah.
And he funny stat here. He threw for 11 yards.
That's right. Yep. He had
He had
that.
it
He had
there as
that
trick
completion to Thielen.
Nice.
Yeah, but I'm going to take him against the Jets, whom the Jets have the 5th best ranked defense right now in the
Mhm.
NFL as well. So that's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I'm not. I could totally see Justin Jefferson having a bad game again.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
we'll
because this might have been a month ago at this point when I saw this stat, but at that time, Sauce Gardner, when in man coverage, had only given up like 25 yards,
yeah,
which is just absolutely bonkers.
That's ridiculous.
that's crazy as a rookie.
As a rookie, one of the toughest positions to play, especially as a rookie, and he's been a home run pick for the Jets.
Is he Rookie of the Year candidate?
I think he's got Defensive Rookie of the Year on lockdown.
Oh, since we're talking about safeties, do you remember that pick last night? Or not last night? Yeah, it was last night. That pick that Rodgers threw. It was to a white safety.
To
It's the
what's
only
his
white
face?
safety I've ever seen. Sorry, you just talked about safeties.
Rodgers throwing a pick to Reed Blankenship.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Reed Blankenship.
Well, he was also responsible for giving up that large touchdown to Christian Watson
Yeah.
at the end of the game, so it evened out.
That'll happen. Yeah. Oops. That was his first time playing.
I think
on
so,
the
yeah,
field,
because
though, I
who was it that got hurt for the Eagles? Was that
Yeah,
Gardner Johnson?
C.J. Gardner Johnson. He had lacerated kidney. Was the report this morning.
Mm.
So
That's rough.
he'll probably be out for at least the next 4 games, but he might return for the playoffs.
Okay, yeah.
That'd
So,
be good. Yeah.
Because he's
We'll need him for
he's
that.
been a key piece for them ever since they traded for him.
Leads the league in interceptions at 6.
Yep.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. All right, so I chose the Vikings.
What do you
Yep.
think,
You
Banana?
have 2 games left.
Well, I'm gonna leave you the Saints Bucks game.
Thank
Knew it.
you.
I'm gonna go with whenever I can pick a player against the Lions, I like to do that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Trevor Lawrence. He played really good this past week, and I think it's gonna be tough for him to outscore Justin Jefferson. But I think he's got a shot. If he can throw 3, 4, 5 touchdowns. Although the Lions' defense has slowly improved over the year.
Mm-hmm. They only allowed 25 points against the Bills.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the best offenses in the league. So
I thought it was gonna be huge, though. I thought it was gonna be like 45-10, maybe.
yeah,
But it was real close from that game, which kind of surprised me. Thanks for leaving me with this game.
yeah.
Dang, who do I go with here? Alvin Kamara.
The Saints
I guess?
the Saints got shut out last week.
Yeah,
But I mean the Bucks defense isn't the 49ers defense.
but they are a good defense, though.
Do you trust the Saints defense? Because if you don't, maybe you take Brady or you take one of his wide receivers like Godwin or
Mhm.
Evans.
Yeah, Evans would be a good pick there. I don't know. I just don't like anybody here.
That's why we
Yeah,
left
it's-
it for you.
Thank you.
It's the last game we're talking about this week.
Alvin Kamara put up 40 points that one time.
One time, yes.
Maybe this will be that second time that everyone talks about.
Yeah. Well, if the Tom Brady kind of broke not the curse, but the stigma, I guess, that he can't beat the Saints in the regular season.
Mhm.
Ever since he joined the Bucks, he did that earlier this year. But I mean, that game was also 3-3 going into the fourth quarter. So,
Yeah.
What an awful game to watch.
the Bucks ended up putting up 30 in that game, but
What?
yeah, they had a big fourth quarter. The Saints crumbled at the end,
Dang.
but I mean, that was just 3-3 going into the fourth, and that could have gone either way.
Yeah. What's Brady's receivers? Evans,
Evans,
Chris Godwin.
Godwin.
Chris Godwin's actually been getting more targets than Evans as of lately. So that
Yeah.
may be him. But
man, I don't.
I have Kamara and Godwin on my fantasy team right now. So I'm hoping they both do well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're open for a shootout.
Oh, you're playing me, aren't you?
I am playing.
Oh,
I'm playing you this week.
there's no chance of me
Oh,
winning.
David's
though.
coming for revenge.
I don't want Godwin to do well. So
That's
I'm
one
gonna-
of your 2 wins is
I'm
against
starting
David.
A.J. Brown in that revenge game against
Oh.
the Titans.
Oh,
Here we
yeah.
go.
And it's a
When are you
revenge
going to
game.
take Christian Watson off your bench?
I'll trade him to you. He's
Trade
a good
deadline?
trade piece.
Trade deadline passed.
Did it really?
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
gone.
didn't see that.
Yeah, your trade to me disappeared.
well, that's
That's right. That's right.
yeah,
that's back-to-back
oops.
games now that you've had Watson on your bench and he puts up 20 plus.
You know what? I will say this, and this might make you upset as a Packers fan. If Jordan Love starts, I will start Christian Watson.
That
Oh,
makes
yeah.
sense.
I do not trust Aaron Rodgers. Listen, I trust Aaron Rodgers to win games. I still do.
Mhm.
Aaron Rodgers is still the better quarterback. I'm not saying that. But Jordan Love he will throw to Watson.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers won't throw to Watson if he drops 2 balls in a row. You know, if there's a few drops, Aaron Rodgers senses that. You
Yeah.
saw that at the beginning of the season.
But when we were at the Packers-Cowboys game, and that game started off, the first drive, Watson had 2 drops
right.
before he went off. So
Yeah.
And that could be the case, but who did they have healthy? Who did the Packers have healthy?
Yeah, because
wide
they didn't
receiver?
have Randall Cobb for
They
that
really
game.
didn't have any options at that point.
It was just him and Lazard.
I think that Love connection to Watson, you saw it.
It was
2 nights ago.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The Watson was it 63-yard touchdown?
Yep.
I
He
mean-
went for over 100 in that game.
It was magical.
I could see Love. I could see Love tearing it up,
Mhm.
lighting it up if he gets the starts from here on out. So I do have Watson on my bench. He is a strategic piece that I have because there are some games coming up,
Yep.
and I'm hoping
Well,
they
I
start
think-
Love. In that case, I'll probably start him.
Well, I think our game was loser goes home when you and I went against
Yeah.
each other this past week. And so you got the better of me. That drops me to 5 and what does that drop me to? 5 and 7.
I have the
You're
I have the
6 and 6
fourth
now.
most scored points this year.
Yeah.
I'm 4th best in our league.
I think
Yet,
you're
for some
going to make
reason,
your
I'm 8th.
playoffs.
Yeah.
I think because you got.
I have to win some games here.
You gotta
Yep.
beat me. I'll drop all my good guys.
I don't
Oh.
think he needs you to do that.
I don't need to drop anyone. I just got bad players.
You're
right
good. You're good.
So
Yeah.
are you going with Kamara for your pick?
Now. No, I'll go with Evans
You're gonna go with Evans? Okay.
because I don't want to go with whoever you have.
Chris Godwin.
I don't want to go with Chris.
You don't want to go with the 2 players that I have on my fantasy team.
the guys on your fantasy team because if they do good, I'm like, yeah, I win my 1 point.
But that means that if they do good, you double lose.
yeah,
You're betting twice here.
I'm betting against Alvin Kamara, which is I'm okay with because he only did good really once.
Yeah,
So,
he's been having. I mean, the Saints as a whole have been having a rough season.
Right.
that's my pick. That's what I'm saying. That's
Okay.
That's a good pick.
and that rounds out our draft.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it goes. I'm kind of excited for this one because that's 15 games all picked.
Yeah, it's the first time we've ever had to pick every game.
Yeah, that's cool.
For that.
I probably won't be here next week.
Yeah,
to-
we'll
You
we'll,
won't
we'll
be,
keep
yeah.
you
But
updated though
keep me
on your
posted.
standings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you know, or you can watch the podcast.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
right. Yeah.
And then we always end out the episode with just doing straight pick'ems, going through every game real quick.
Yeah.
So we've already hit every game, so we can just go pretty quick. John, you wanna lead us in that?
Yeah, sure. I feel like I just got asked to lead prayer.
Every time I say it like that to you, you always
It's
Would
just.
you lead us?
would you lead us in our pick'ems, John?
Would you be a chap and lead us in kickos? Yeah, Bills Patriots. What are we thinking, guys?
I'm gonna go Buffalo.
Bills?
Yeah, it's gonna be Bills. And Green Bay Bears. I'm going Green Bay because I'm such a Green Bay fan and I know they're gonna win.
I'm going Green Bay as well.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Green
not
Bay
Trevor
there.
Siemian.
Steelers Falcons. What do you think, guys? Steelers Falcons. That's a
I'm gonna
weird
go
one.
Falcons this game.
Falcons. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Falcons as well.
I'm gonna go Steelers on this
Yeah,
one.
good. Yeah. I think this could be a game that could go either way for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Jets Vikings. I'm gonna go Vikings.
I'm gonna go Jets.
We're making these picks quick. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll choose Vikings for this one, but I could totally see the Jets.
Big game for Justin
getting
Jefferson.
upset. I just don't trust their Mike. Was it
Mike White.
White.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna choose the 10-2 future 10-2 Vikings.
Future
Not into
10-2
right now.
Vikings. Yeah. Jags Lions. I'm gonna go Jags.
This is another coin flip game.
It is.
I'll go Jacksonville.
We're going to go against you two. I'm taking the Lions
I like
in this
it.
game.
I could see it.
Mhm.
They were the second, or they were the highest scoring offense in the first 6 games, I think.
Yeah.
And it was over the Chiefs.
I will say, if I didn't choose Justin Jefferson as my fantasy pick, I would have chosen Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have probably gone that direction. I'm thinking the Lions here.
Mm.
Crazy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Titans, Eagles. I'm gonna go Eagles, and you also have to go Eagles because you're Eagles. It's the law.
I kind of gave away my pick earlier when I had this as game of the week. I totally think when you look at the Eagles schedule and you're kind of like writing down, oh, this could be a loss. This could be a loss.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of the season, Titans I circled as probably a loss because it's going to be that. I thought it was just going to be that way. I can't have this as the first podcast I'm on with you guys and choose against the Eagles.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So I have to choose the Eagles, but it'll be a 24-23 game. Like it's gonna be
tight.
The closest game you can think of. That's where I would put my flag right there.
Just like that Lions-Bills game last week.
That's right. Yeah, I'd put it right on the line.
Yeah. I was tempted to pick the Titans, but I don't know. I guess the A.J. Brown revenge game it just sounds too good.
It's appealing.
I'm going to go Philadelphia.
Did you see? So in the Packers Eagles game, he fumbled that football.
He did, yeah.
You saw that. So he hasn't been playing great. Apparently, he burst a blood vessel in his eye.
Oh.
On Thanksgiving, he had the flu, and so he was like vomiting all day.
He's been going through it.
He popped a blood vessel in his eye, so he could, like he said in that game against the Packers, he could only see like partially.
Oh.
In that game, which is kind of crazy. It's no excuse for the fumble, but I just thought that was kind of. I thought that was very interesting. He was interviewed after the game. He's like, "Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. We'll see how I am next week." So.
What a man.
Just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Dang. All right. Browns, Texans.
I'm going Texans in my upset of the week.
You are going Texans. I'm going to go Browns because, he's coming back. We got the what is it? The massage parlor,
massage boy,
massage man coming back,
yep.
And I kind of want him to do bad.
Exactly. Everybody's rooting against him.
Well, okay. So if they started Jacoby Brissett, I'd go Browns.
That'd be hilarious if they started Jacoby
Jake Brisket.
And you know what? This could be. I'm gonna agree with you, man.
You're gonna go with the Texans.
I'm going Texans.
All right.
If they start Deshaun Watson, I'm taking Texans. They're gonna get their second one of the season.
Yep.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess. Yeah, sure. Commies Giants. This one might be better than it looked like it was gonna be at the beginning of the season.
Oh yeah, especially with the
I'm gonna go
the
Commies.
Commanders are on.
I'm gonna go Commies. That's what I'm thinking because they're 7-5, and the Giants are
7-4.
7-4. So that just seems weird to me that both those teams are with that record.
Yeah.
But I think the Commies can do it. They have a really good defense, and they just kind of been. They've been slogging, but they've been doing it.
I'm going to take the G-men in this one.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Man, this is a tough pick. I could see this going either way.
Yeah,
yes.
Another coin flip game.
We're gonna take the Giants in this one too.
All right.
I see how it is.
Saquon Barkley. I'm looking for that X factor in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Barkley on my fantasy.
And I feel
team,
like sooner or later too, Heineke's going to crack.
You kind of sense that it will.
Mm-hmm.
It just hasn't happened yet.
Because he gets a little bit lucky, and
right.
I don't think they're going to be able to maintain this success
Mm-hmm.
until the playoffs.
Broncos Ravens. I'm going Broncos. No, I'm kidding. I'm going
You're
Ravens.
go Broncos.
I'm going Ravens.
Maybe against this Ravens team. I mean, I think the Ravens, they can hold a double-digit fourth quarter lead here, only
we'll
because
see.
Russell Wilson can't move the ball. So I'm taking the Ravens.
I cannot think of a more sad story in the NFL.
Then Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I cannot think of a sadder story. I'm going Ravens, obviously.
Yeah.
It's what has happened to that Broncos team is just it's shattered. Their whole entire organization is just completely in shambles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now they're stuck with him for 5 more years.
a lot of money.
They're paying him
So
$45 million a year.
And listen, I'm not all on board of saying, okay, it was a super bad trade. Russell Wilson is the worst. He's not going to do anything for the rest of the time.
Mhm.
He's not going to be able to. I'm not going to say that at all. I think he can do something next year.
Mhm.
But it's just sad to see the way the team has not gathered around their quarterback. Because usually the Broncos, by this time of the year, they'll start to win a few games,
Mhm.
and then they'll end the season at 500 and miss the playoffs by 2 games. That's usually how the Broncos usually operate. That's just
Yeah.
kind of how they've operated for the last 5 years. It's so sad because you just don't see that silver lining this year.
Mhm.
And I don't think it's going to start this week.
Yeah, they seem to not like their quarterback because, and their coach. My goodness, their coach.
Yeah,
I saw a
think-
video
I
with
feel
him.
Like he's gonna be gone.
I saw a video and they're asking him, it's like, do you think you earned that spot? Do you think you snuck in there? He's like, oh, I snuck in here for sure. And it's just, he doesn't really take it seriously. And I see that Russell Wilson also doesn't really take it seriously. And he's doing like the Mr. Unlimited. And it's just, he's kind of like, he's a cringy dude and let's ride. Yeah. And his teammates are just like, really not having it. Like the clip from this week
With the guy yelling at him, his
came up
teammate
and
yelling
started
at him.
screaming at him. It looked like after he left, he said, "Broncos country, let's ride." It looked like he whispered it. It's just kind of.
It's like in Rogue One where the guy's going like the I am one with the Force and the Force is with me.
Yeah,
He just kind of just says it when he's scared.
he's not with the ride though.
Honestly, I'd probably pick against the Broncos in every single game for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because of that.
But it also feels like they're not a 3-14 team, are they?
I don't think they are.
Yeah.
Honestly, when you look at talent on their team, Colin Sutton's a great wide receiver.
And that
He's
defense is
phenomenal.
elite.
That defense is still a top 10 defense in the NFL. I think it's actually top 10.
Yeah, if they could score like 16 points, they'd be 9-1.
Mm-hmm.
It's once again, it's just so sad
Yeah.
to see what has happened to that team, specifically that offense.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. And by the way, their running back's out for the season. They're starting Latavius Murray at running back right now.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. Because Mike Boone got hurt, and then they cut Gordon and
Got Melvin Gordon, which was a crazy cut. Like there's just a lot of weird things happening on the Broncos right now.
yeah.
And even though you have talent, sometimes it just doesn't add up if you don't have the characters.
Mm-hmm. You don't have the chemistry and.
Paper bowl again. Like Russell Wilson should be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's
Well, I
just-
remember we were talking and about our like our preseason predictions and whatnot. You had the Broncos going to the Super Bowl.
I did. I still have the Ravens
Yeah.
going to the Super Bowl in my predictions, and I'm not gonna back off of that.
Mhm.
I have them winning this game. But yeah, I did have the Broncos. I did have the Broncos going to the Super Bowl. I was so wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so wrong.
But on paper, who can blame you? Who can blame you? 'Cause-
They looked like they were a quarterback away.
And then it looked like they had him.
And you know what? If that quarterback, if Russell Wilson, if that offense played, like you said, if they played to the standard that, even just half of the standard that we thought they'd be, they'd have a winning record.
Mm-hmm.
By a
They'd be in-
lot.
and they'd be in playoff contention.
Yeah. If they had Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater, Geno Smith even.
Yeah, when you look at their Broncos games, especially early on in the season, they're close.
Yep.
They look like a close team. But when you look at the locker room and the chemistry, they're not.
It's not there.
They're not a close team. They're a bad team.
And they can't really do anything to get rid of their quarterback either because they paid $250 million
Yep.
for
They're stuck with
Mr.
him.
Unlimited. And
Mr. Limited.
he's very limited this season.
They
All
have,
right.
They have 2 first-round draft picks this upcoming draft. I'm excited to actually see what they do.
Draft a quarterback, maybe.
Well, there's quarterback talent.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, their Seahawks got themselves a top 5 pick. It's looking like right now, though.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Dolphins, Niners. This is going to be a good
This is
game.
gonna be a good game.
This was Benea's game of the week, I
It
believe.
was my game of the week. I'm going with the Niners.
This one's hard. I'll go last. I'll go last.
You
Let me think
want
about
to hear what David thinks of the game
it.
first?
I do want to think about it. So
This Niners team is, I don't know
So
what to think
true.
of them. I don't know what to think of them. They hold the Saints to 0 points one week, and then the next week it's their offense that goes on a tear and wins them the game. So yeah, I just don't know what to think. I don't think their defense shuts out the Dolphins.
No.
I think the Dolphins score in the second
The
half.
question to me is, can Tua Tagovailoa, can he beat that defensive line? Can he get the ball out quick? Can he find his receivers? Because if he continues what he's doing, I think they win this game. And quite frankly, I think he can.
Yeah.
I think he can do it. I think a lot of people are sleeping on. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Dolphins in this game. Maybe not sleeping on them, but I think a lot of people are just really hyped around the Niners, saying they're such a good team, and I think they are. I think they're a very, very, very well disciplined, well coached, good team. And Miami's very inexperienced in this position, and that's why the temptation is to pick the Niners. I just have a feeling. I'm going off of a gut reaction here. I'm going to pick the Fins in this one.
Yeah, I kind of want to pick them now because you've almost persuaded me, but I really like the Niners team.
It's probably a better pick. It's a safer pick.
But I think they're both really, really good teams, and I think the Dolphins could do it. I think they could. I think they could.
It's another coin flip game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Niners though.
I will say if the Fins do win this game, they're going to be like not just going to be the talk of the town. It's going to be them or the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Those kinds of conversations are going to start happening.
Yep.
Like is the Tua the MVP or?
Yeah. Well, there's some 2 MVP talk going on already. So
I don't think he will be. I
No.
think that's out of.
I think it still goes to Mahomes, but yeah.
I think Mahomes would have to die on the field.
Yeah.
No, but and he'd have to. Tagovailoa would have to throw another 6 touchdowns, but for all of these games that are coming up, I think maybe he'd be in contention then, but I don't know. We got Seahawks Rams next.
Seahawks Rams. I mean, you
That's
already know
my
your pick.
Upset, so I'm going Rams.
I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Seattle as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. I should have picked something else. But Chargers Raiders. This is Benea's upset.
No, this was David's upset.
This is David's upset. My fault. Yeah, Raiders.
Yeah, I like that pick for you. I am going to go
I like
Chargers,
that.
though.
I like that pick.
I could see that happening though, because I mean the Raiders Chargers always comes down to the wire.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go Chargers. The long hair and the dazzling smile just win me over. So I'm gonna go Chargers. Chiefs Bengals. This is gonna be a good game. This is the rematch from last
of
year's
the title game.
title game. Yeah, this is gonna be a good game.
Man,
I don't know.
I'm getting nervous right now because I'm picking a lot of upsets.
Uh-huh.
I'm already picked
Kenny.
3 different Kenny Pickens.
Hey,
There's a lot of that's the Steelers here.
Steelers
We've
league.
already picked that game though.
Yep.
I've already picked like 3 games different from you two already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm nervous of choosing. the Bengals in this one. Would you agree? Kansas City's the favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's the rematch from last year when the Bengals beat them.
And the Bengals just beat the Titans.
The Bengals are looking good again. They weren't looking the greatest at the beginning of the season, but now they're looking better. And the Chiefs are a really good team. The Bengals are a really good team. Another coin flip, I think.
Yep. I'm gonna go Kansas City.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
Yeah. I don't know
feel
if Jamar
nervous.
Chase is playing in this game or not.
That's all right. They don't need him. They haven't needed him.
They've been winning without him.
And I have both of their backup running back or backup wide receivers on my other
there you
fantasy
go.
team, so I'm okay with that. I think the Bengals can pull this one out. I'm kind of scared now because I'm also about 4 or 5 picks deep away from you guys.
Yeah.
So it's a little scary, but I think the Bengals can do it.
On my board, I was actually going to originally have this as the upset of the week.
Mhm.
I was going to put Bengals. I'm going Chiefs.
Colts Cowboys.
Ooh, Sunday night football.
Sunday night
Oh, boy.
football. Wow.
Well, this is my blowout of the week with the Cowboys, so I'm going there.
I'm going Cowboys as a former Cowboys fan.
I'm going Cowboys as an Eagles fan, wishing the Colts would win.
Well,
Mhm.
big upset.
Saints Buccaneers.
I'm gonna go Bucks.
Up until this point, besides one game, I think Tom Brady has not been able to beat the Saints, right,
Yep.
in the regular season.
In the regular season.
I'm gonna also go Bucks here because he did beat them once already, so I think he can do it again. And the Saints are really bad this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's more so the Saints are just bad.
Not good Saints.
Yeah, the Saints they're really bad.
Yeah.
They're such a bad team.
Terrible team even.
I could see the Saints winning this game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're going to get it?
Go another upset.
And the reason why is because I think Tom Brady will get back in the playoffs, but he's got to start winning some games.
Exactly. Yeah.
He does. Like he's lucky to even be in this right now.
Yeah. If he was in any other division, really, he'd be out of it.
He has got some tough games. He's got the Niners, and then he's got the Bengals, and then he gets a nice game against the Cardinals. Yeah, he has to get this. Well, he also has the Panthers too. He's playing the Panthers and the Cardinals and the Falcons. So if he beats these, he beats them this week, and then he does a couple magical Tom Brady things.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, Super Bowl Tom Brady 2022 and 3.
No.
Season. Let's see Tom Brady in the Super Bowl again.
Let's not.
When you look at the teams, the great teams on either side, look at the quarterbacks. Right now, I'm looking at if the playoffs started today.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that right now. If you look at quarterbacks that have even played in a Super Bowl, not won it, played in the Super Bowl. You have one with Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
You have two with Joe Burrow, and that's it.
That is
AFC.
yeah.
If you look at the NFC, you have Tom Brady
Mm-hmm.
and Jimmy Garoppolo
Jimmy Garoppolo.
on the Niners.
Aaron Rodgers.
Well, you have Aaron
Well,
Rodgers.
good teams.
I'm looking at that are in playoff.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Not Aaron Rodgers.
No.
I'm looking at it. It's like I got two teams on one side, two teams on the other, and right now Tampa Bay looks awful.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo is not I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback.
He's serviceable though.
He's
Yeah.
serviceable, but the team around him is really good. I think Patrick Mahomes is the future of the league, and
For sure.
Joe Burrow's a great quarterback on the Bengals right now. But lots of new teams, lots of new quarterbacks,
Mm-hmm.
lots of fresh young talent.
Yeah, Burrow's only been there last year even. Very new. And Mahomes surprisingly had been there twice in 4 years, which is crazy. But
Back to back.
back to back, and I think he probably goes this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think he goes to the Super Bowl and wins it. Is him and the Eagles. I think that's our Super Bowl this
Chiefs
year.
Eagles.
Chiefs Eagles. I think it'll be a great game too. That's my prediction for the Super Bowl. You think that the Ravens are?
Yeah. Who's your NFC team?
I picked the Ravens and I'm going with the Eagles.
Yeah.
On my side, I think it'll be. By the way, lock it in. Eagles, Niners, NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do believe that.
I see that one.
I truly do think that. If it's not that, I can't imagine what it would look like. But yeah, for my AFC team, Dolphins are just too inexperienced. Here's the thing: the Ravens are so interesting because they lost all those games super close.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson's on the last year of his contract. He's playing for it right. He's playing like it right now. He's still playing well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those losses haven't really been on him.
Yeah, I think, and especially when you look at the rest of their schedule, because they have the Broncos this week, that should be a win. They have the Steelers the next week, that should be a win. They have the Browns the week after that should be a win. And I'm not guaranteeing wins here; those are divisional games, but they're the better team. They play the Falcons the week after that should be a win. They play the Steelers again after that, win. Then they play the Bengals to end the season. By that point, if Baltimore does what they should, they've already locked in the division.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Which means they have a favorable schedule, and they're kind of they're the hot team going into the playoffs, and that counts and that matters. If I had to recast it right now, like if it was a clean slate, believe it or not, I'm going Bills Eagles Super Bowl.
I would love to see that.
I'm going Bills Eagles Super Bowl, but I have to take Ravens Eagles because that was the prediction at the beginning, and so.
Yep.
It's not a bad prediction though. I think it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think if the Ravens squeak in there, they're gonna have to blow past the Chiefs and the Bengals and the Bills and the Dolphins. But I think they could do it. I think they're as good, maybe as some of those teams. If they play them, I think it's a coin toss right now. But I'd love to see the Bills play the Eagles in a Super Bowl. That'd be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be
Can you imagine all the fans
be
from both
riot.
teams outside the stadium there? Oh man.
Well, okay, so I need to know what's yours. What would be your Super Bowl prediction right now?
My Super Bowl prediction? Yeah, I've been on the website Playoff Predictors a lot recently. And I've been going on I think we might be seeing a Super Bowl preview this week with Miami and San Francisco.
Ooh.
That's my just past midseason prediction.
That's a nice. I like that.
A Super Bowl 16 rematch or something, whenever that was.
I like it too because that I feel like the Dolphins are the team to do that though because they're like a new team that's good now, and I think they could blow past all like the Chiefs, which are an excellent
kind
team
of like the
ball.
Bengals last year. They're
Yeah.
different. I think they're better than the Bengals were last year.
Yeah, the Bengals that was really lucky. It wasn't luck, but it was that's
It was
the
magical.
word I can yeah, sure. It was magical to get them even through a couple playoff games. And then to the playoff, the championship, and then the Super Bowl.
And then be a play away from winning it.
Yeah, crazy happenings. But
To me, it's all about the matchups. So if the Dolphins win their division, they could.
Yeah.
But remember, they have to get past the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
yes,
And a Chiefs-Dolphins game, I'm not saying that the Dolphins would have a shot. I'm not saying that. They absolutely would. But playing in Arrowhead
Yeah.
in January, the warm
Coming up from
Dolphins,
Miami, yeah.
right? Playing against Tyreek Hill playing against his former team, knows him really, really well. Once again, I do think it's all about the matchups, and I think if it came down to that, I probably would choose Kansas City, but you never know. The hot team usually wins it all, right?
Yep.
The hot team.
Whoever gets hot in January.
I'm excited for the playoffs regardless.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be sweet, especially on the AFC side.
That NFC is crazy right now.
Yeah.
I know people are like, oh, the NFC's not as good, and they're not. But if you can get 3 or 4 NFC East teams in the playoffs,
That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
every single wild card game would have an NFC East team playing in it. That's insane.
It could
Yeah.
happen.
Who would have thought that a couple years ago?
Yeah, that's right. Like no one would have seen that coming.
Well, thanks for being our guest and for
Yeah, thanks for
hosting
being our first guest. It's been awesome.
It's been good.
Thank you for having me.
We'll have to have you on another time.
Mm-hmm. Maybe sometime later in the season.
Later in the season, maybe in the playoffs. That'd be fun.
Playoffs or like a post Super Bowl or something.
Yeah, if you guys have a playoff podcast, I'll join.
Oh yeah.
Good stuff.
That'd be fun.
We'll have a playoff watch party.
Ooh, yeah.
Watching some games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little commentary during it. That'd be fun.
That
Ooh,
would
yeah.
be fun. Well, thank you everybody for listening to the podcast today, and have a good rest of your day.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.